And Gloria, I want more enthusiasm.
More enthusiasm?
Yeah, like, hi, I'm Gloria.
Okay, but this is supposed to be truthful, and I'm not that enthusiastic.
Louise, you start first.
she's got this, I know.
All right.
Come on.
Come on,
All right.
Glory.
Hi, I'm Glory,
Hi, I'm Louise.
and you're watching Schoolgirl TV.
I'm not your average girl, not your average girl. I'm not your average girl, but I'm
a drama development assistant at Children's BBC Drama Development Team.
And I'm a researcher at Children's BBC Development Department team that deals with factual entertainment.
I mean, it varies, but I would say one of the main things is like submissions. So we'll get like scripts from everywhere, from agencies, from people who really want to like submit to CBBC. So it's kind of me reading through them, you know, like reporting back to my team with what works, what doesn't work, and then me logging that into the file. But I really love that because it means that I can become a greater storyteller. I can know what's going on in the market. You know, I can, you know, develop those stories and like keep in touch with those writers and producers. The other part of my job is to do with the sort of books that they want to adapt. So it's me reading through them and kind of doing synopsises, character profiles, and kind of doing a breakdown for the rest of my team so they know everything they need to know about the book in the best way possible. But it's great because we've got such a range of like interesting books, interesting projects, so it just helps me learn a lot more about it too. And I would say the last main task is kind of the script editing side, and that's when, you know, some of the projects will be on the script side, and I'm kind of giving notes about how to make it better, making a character a bit stronger, the plot a bit stronger, but basically making the script like the best way it can be, just so when we kind of give it to the person on the top, they be like, yeah, we want to commission this.
So basically, probably my main task is research, and that would be like, because we go on these stepping out sessions where we actually go and talk to our audience, and we just basically talk to them about what CBC shows they actually watch and why they like it, and if we wanted to bring a new show, what would that new show be? So that's part of the research, and another part is just finding like statistics for different shows that are like the shows that we want to bring to CBC, and it could be researching anything as well. So I think last time I was researching magicians, so I don't know anything about magicians. Bringing new ideas, I think that's like the second main thing. Probably at the same as research, but yeah, it's bringing new ideas, and this could be in brainstorming sessions. You bring in new ideas, why do you want those ideas to be put forward, and then we have to pitch them as well. So this includes making a presentation. You know, you do your own research for this idea, and you put it in the presentation so it's all visual for your producer, for your head of department, and a one-pager as well, which is basically like a breakdown of what the show is, the running order, who's going to be in it, basically everything. And this is just for a show that's just an idea. It may not even come to be. So it's just a lot of practice for future, like if you wanted to pitch to like Cheryl, our commissioner.
For me, it's like growing up, I was always like really creative. I was always like writing stories and writing poetry, and I've always wanted to make that part of my career, but I thought, how can I do this? And like in my department, I am a drama development assistant, but in my team they're like writers, they're like script editors, and I'm constantly surrounded like with stories, and I thought this was the best place to be, where I can work on stories, where I can learn from other people, where I can like write and show my stuff to other people in the department, and where I can learn about the whole process of how something starts from a script and then suddenly we see it on television. Yeah. So for me, that process is so important, and like even being here and seeing like producers and execs and going on to set and, you know, seeing what a script editor does, I can see like how exactly I can get to the place where I want to go, how I can learn from other people, the mistakes like people have made, or the like career journeys other people have made to get there. So it just seems like the perfect space for me at the moment.
My parents, they really wanted me to do something to do with science,
yeah,
and I just wanted to do something creative. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Nigerian parents.
Exactly.
It's
mad. Yeah, so I tried to put them together with my course, architecture, but like during my course I realized that's not what I wanted to do. And I always just love TV. I love watching TV. I have a TV schedule where I plan what TV I'm gonna watch, and that's that's life. TV is life. Researching, making TV for children, like, you know,
Yeah.
the future right there. Educating and, you know, just
Completely.
making fun stuff, because children's is fun, and
It
like
is,
you just
and
want to
it's
make
the
fun
future,
TV.
right?
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
People forget about
It's a
that.
challenge as well. Like
Yeah.
this department is challenging, which is, I think this is what brought us here in the
Yeah.
first place. Like, you know, for making content that is for people that are not your age is really
Exactly.
difficult,
Yeah.
because you have to go and find out what they like. Oh. Oh wait.
Right, okay. I started at CBBC September 2016, and before that, you know, I studied English at uni. I did that, but I did a lot of like short internships at film production companies, and that was really, really cool because it was with scripts, and that's the biggest thing I do here is kind of go through scripts in terms of story and stuff like that. But I think the biggest thing that I did that kind of really helped me that this is where I wanted to go was I worked on a short film, and I worked on the script and worked with script editors on that, and I was like, okay, this is the space I want to be.
My first internship was with a design firm, and I wasn't getting paid. I was literally like a volunteer.
Similar, like unpaid internships.
They're
I
the
need to,
worst.
yeah.
Not even travel. They did.
No.
Okay, we
Oh,
did
I
cook.
got travel,
You
but-
got travel?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't even get travel. Nah. The break was in January when I worked in a film events company, which was also good, but unpaid as well. But it was like my first kind of film-related internship, and it was cool because we were organizing events, but it wasn't like in TV or in film. And then after that, I was kind of just in limbo for a while. And then before September 2016, I was a community arts assistant for a over 55s art therapy center. So yeah, it was just like admin work.
There's like a range of different skills like I probably need in this role, but I would say the top three, the first one I would say is communication, because we have so many meetings, like I'm like liaising with so many different people, and you kind of have to give opinions on different scripts and stories. I have to tell my team like what I thought about something I've seen or what I've like read. I would say the second skill is probably like written skills and attention to detail, because like I'll be responding to agents or writing to agents, or you know, writing breakdowns for different things. So that's really important that everything's correct and everything's accurate, because you don't want to give it to someone on the top and you've got mistakes, because that's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
It is. The third skill that I would say that's really important is like organization and prioritizing, because you're going to get different tasks each day, and you've just got to make sure that whatever you're doing, you know, is in the right order, and you put the most important thing at the beginning. So some days it'll be me, I'm giving feedback on scripts, but sometimes my line manager might want like an opinion on, you know, something I've read or written. So it's very important to kind of prioritize different tasks in like the best order.
I had to have design skills, so design software skills. So my boss would ask me a lot about like Photoshop and InDesign to just do small tasks, and I'd have to do them quickly as well, so he can use it for his presentations and stuff. And so there's design skills, design software skills, so Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, anything you have of those or anything like them is a really good asset. My second one will probably be time management, because you get a lot of work to do and you need to be able to do them at a certain time for certain people, for different people as well. And you just need to know how to manage your time. If you can't, then you just can't do it. Yeah,
You're in the wrong
literally.
place.
Yeah, literally. And the third will probably be, oh yes, idea generation. Yes, so even if it's not your original idea, if someone else has one, you have to be able to develop on it as well. So bring your original ideas as well. Make sure you've got some information and data to back it up. Say why it's good, and then also you can develop other people's, because there will be brainstorming sessions where you bring your ideas and you develop other people's ideas. So you work as a team to bring one idea to life. So both of us came from a scheme called Creative Access, which is a charity organization that helps ethnic minorities get into creative industries, basically.
Yeah, they've done master classes, we get mentors through them. They've helped us with a lot of training placements too. So I would say they're a really like great scheme that's kind of helped us get to where we are, because you know, we want this, you know, we want the world and creative industries to be diverse. Even some of the master classes that we've been to. So I went to the Mary Blackman one, and she's she's probably one of my favourite writers, and the sort of advice she gave there in terms of, you know, finding your own voice and, you know, breaking down all the different doors and being empowered and strong, but also realising that you will make mistakes at the same time. So having those like influential people come to speak to you and you see their career journeys and how they've gone, it makes you like feel like you can do the same thing.
Career of Excellence doesn't just do like TV internships either. They do like publishing and they do like theatre as well. I'd say the biggest thing I've learned is probably that there isn't a bad idea. So in the beginning I was apprehensive, I didn't want to say something in case it was taken the wrong way, or, it wasn't delivered correctly and people were like, why is she even here? Like, that was a terrible idea, why did we hire her? But like, to be honest, I think everything is a good idea. It just needs some work maybe, or there can be a different take on it, or somebody else can bring in a new idea and together they're a great idea. So don't be afraid to say what you think of an idea, because it can be a TV show.
And I think for me, like, I've learned the most in this internship, I guess, to like believe in myself and have confidence in myself, because if you want other people to believe in what you're saying, you need to have confidence in yourself. And like when I first came in, at the beginning I was a little bit like, oh, this is the BBC, and I'm in this big organisation, and I had to like, speak to my mum about it, and she was like, look, Louise, you got yourself here, like, you need to believe in yourself. And I think once people see you have confidence in yourself, they're willing to like step back and say, oh, okay, what is this person going to bring to the table? And you speak more in meetings and like you contribute more ideas, and your team just get to know you even more. So that's just for anyone, like, you need to have confidence in yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. So I think that's really important, and I've learned that most. The biggest advice I would give to an aspiring like development assistant is to watch as much as you can, whether that be on television, plays, theatre, because the biggest thing that I've realised by working here is that everyone's talking about shows. They want to make the best show they can. They want you to recommend writers and like different talent. So what I've seen is that me going to see a play and being like, oh, this really great writer is looked at an issue like this in an interesting way, they're going to try and contact that writer and bring them in that department. Or me watching a TV show and saying, oh, someone like Shonda Rhimes has, looked at scandal or different stories in the White House in a really interesting way. So it's about, just being like a sponge and like seeing as much as you can and reading as much as you can, and network. Like, I think that's so important. Network with so many different people, because you never know who's going to help you or who's going to give you the next opportunity to get you where you need to go.
As a researcher, you need to know as much as you can, like know everything, know about the current affairs, what's happening in the news, what's happening with celebrities, what's happening on TV. Like, people will come to you and ask you questions like, what happened yesterday, and they will be talking about it on the table, so you need to get involved with that conversation, because there might be some format points that come out of it and stuff like that. So you need to get involved with those conversations, and just know as much as you can. Get as much current affairs in your system. Like, I didn't know anything about news when I started, and now I feel like it's too much. Be kind to everyone that you meet, because you don't know, that person might be your next boss. People like kind people, and they want to work with kind people.
Thanks for listening, Schoolgirls, and I'm Louise.
I'm Glory.
And we'll speak to you soon.
See you later.
Not your average girl. I'm not your average girl. But I'm a schoolgirl.
T, where does Christy Forrest be?
Not your average girl.
Why are you like hurry up like this? Like, stop your noise.